Hi, welcome to the Portkey Adventures. I'm Geeta, and today I'm going to be covering all of the most recent news we've gotten towards the Wizards Unite release date. I also thought that I would be doing something a little bit different today. I really enjoy making wands for fun. Yes, Harry Potter wands. And they are super easy and super simple and fun to make, and they really help me release my extra creative energy. Just to show an example, here are all the wands that I've made so far. Some are bigger, some are smaller. I try to make them all different sizes and shapes, and just so that whenever people decide to pick one up and bring one home with them, they really feel like it's theirs and it's 100% unique to them. So I decided that while we are talking about all the updates today, I'm going to make some more wands. Maybe if you are interested at home, you can follow along. It's a really simple DIY, and I know that there are plenty of other channels that make wands this way. So if you want a DIY per se, I am not going to be explaining it, but if you watch, you can pretty much follow along. I really just use a dowel stick or just a regular stick. Chopsticks work too for kids-sized wands, and then hot glue. I saw a video yesterday that said Americans are known for using hot glue with their crafts, and that threw me for a loop. I didn't know that hot glue wasn't used around the world like we use it here in America. So let me know down below in the comments, do you use hot glue in your country, and what country are you from? I've also decided to record this video without wearing any makeup. I don't usually wear makeup every single day, so I want to be very real with you guys and show you what I'm like on a day-to-day basis. And I also don't see myself having the energy to put on makeup every single day when Wizards Unite comes out. So there will be a healthy mix of me wearing makeup and me not wearing makeup when that game releases. So first, let's cover a leak that was posted onto Reddit a few weeks ago. Somebody posted onto one of the Wizards Unite subreddits recently that there was a leak, potentially, on the Wizards Unite release date. Now, this leak was interesting. It came from something that wasn't a news source. I think I can go ahead and start making my wand. So, when this came out, it was posted onto this website that sells Harry Potter merchandise. They sell a lot of fan-based merchandise, so it was I didn't believe it, to be honest. It didn't seem like a reputable source, and I didn't understand why they, of all people, would have that information. So interestingly enough, the news spread, and Wizards Unite Hub had an article posted about it by Witches Unite, and a few days later, I believe, maybe just a couple days later, the post onto Reddit and the post on Wizards Unite Hub were both removed. Now, I'm not 100% sure why this news would be removed or who would have removed it, but if I had to place a guess, I would say that it is probably some official source. So it's probably Warner Bros. Or Niantic that asked them to, because that article for Wizards Unite Hub actually was trending on the main Google page. If you follow any kind of Wizards Unite news, that article was #1 when you opened up Google recommended articles. So my guess is they didn't want to excite anybody or make people think ahead of time that it might be a different date before we know for sure. All of that is super interesting, and that being said, the article said that Wizards Unite will not be released until March of 2019. That is a long way away. That is a year and 4 months after the initial announcement of this game. So again, I didn't want to believe that at all. Now let's move on to another thing that happened, and it's not necessarily 100% related to Niantic, but it is related to Universal Studios. So last month, Jurassic World Alive dropped. And for those of you that don't know, it is another AR mobile game, and it's not being made by Niantic. But, as some of you may know, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World are ultimately owned by the same company as Harry Potter, Warner Bros. There is the Jurassic Park area in Universal Studios, and there's the Harry Potter area at Universal Studios. When Jurassic World Alive released, they had this big Jurassic Park event go on at the parks. And at this event, they asked all of the attendees to download Jurassic World Alive and play along while they're playing around the park. And then this was right before the release of the third Jurassic World movie. I definitely think that they timed that well and they knew what they were doing. So why did I bring all this up? I definitely think that they will do the same thing for Wizards Unite. It makes complete sense for them to host events there, and it would be a lot of fun, and it's a great way to promote it. So you might be wondering, where am I getting at? Because all the Harry Potter movies are already released, and this is called Harry Potter Wizards Unite after all. Well, personally, I feel like this is going to be a Fantastic Beasts sort of game, or more of a general Harry Potter world overall. I really don't see how this game would make sense to be at the school or based around the schools at all. So I really do think that whenever the game releases, there will definitely be an event going on at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I really think that it might be around November when the next Fantastic Beasts movie comes out. I don't think it'll be 100%. I do believe that if Niantic isn't ready, they'll speak up. They know that they don't want another disaster like the release of Pokemon Go. And they know that this game has a huge fan base that they really cannot afford to lose in the same way that they did when Pokemon Go dropped. So to continue on with the next note, Pokemon Go Safari Zone in Dortmund happened a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago. And while it was going on, somebody from Eurogamer decided to go and approach John Hanke and ask him directly about Wizards Unite. Well, we got some news that we probably could have guessed. Basically, Niantic knows that they don't want another disaster like the drop of Pokemon Go, and they know that they're not quite at the release date yet. So instead of setting a date and making themselves stick to it, they are going to wait until the game is where it needs to be. And then they're going to release the beta. And if the beta runs smoothly and there's no problems, then they'll finally release it to the public. So could it be in March? Could it be in November? Could we still get it this year? It's all possible. And to be honest, I am still secretly holding out for this month. I don't think it's super likely, but I also don't think it's likely that they would let us know if it was just about to be ready. Because, like I said, they really don't want to hurt themselves by saying anything official at this point. They don't want to feel pressured, they don't want to feel pushed. They want to make this an amazing game, and that's all we could really ask for. So, am I disappointed that we don't have the game right now? Of course. I would love to be playing this game by now, but I am okay with waiting for it if it means that we are going to have a fantastic game from launch. I'm trying to let the glue move around and make a cool shape. I don't think I'm going to put any beads in this one. Sometimes I like to use beads to help give it more character, and I'll show you. This is one I made recently. I don't know how well you can see it. I've got two hands. I can't focus. I can't. Can you? So I like to put some in there. That one's not one of my cooler ones. I really like this one. And the first one that I had made, I call this my Hagrid wand because it's made obviously for somebody with a very firm grip. So this is for Rubius Hagrid. So let me pull up that article really quick so I can read you exactly what Eurogamer said. So Tom Phillips is the guy that asked John Hanke all of this. So thank you, Tom. We really appreciate it. So basically, Tom asked, is the game still coming this year? Plain and simple, right? I'm gonna go ahead and read off John Hanke's response. He said, we'll see. We want to release it when the game's ready. We want to avoid a death march where the game releases on a specific date no matter what. So we'll be trying to leave some room there. We'll do some testing at the end, and depending on how people enjoy the game and if we find bugs or problems, we'll give ourselves a window to do that before the final release. So then Tom asks, so that means it could be releasing this year or next year? And he got a, yeah, that's correct. Tom went on to ask if John Hanke thought that Pokemon Go would end when Wizards Unite began. Basically, would everybody leave Pokemon Go and start playing Wizards Unite? And John Hanke responded, "We haven't really thought about that. We want to put different options out there and let players decide how to spend their time. Harry Potter has an immense global fan base. The numbers we've seen are pretty amazing. There's a lot of female fans, more female fans than male fans, which I think is a global exception among the top 20 best known IPs in the world." I don't know what IPs are, but I 100% agree. I know that there are more female fans of Harry Potter than most other franchises. So, I mean, I'm obsessed. Harry Potter's my life, so I can totally understand where I'm not the only person that thinks that. This is how the wand is turning out so far. I don't know, I kind of like how basic it is, but I think I'm gonna add something cool. So John Hanke really doesn't see a problem when it comes to releasing another AR game, and I see his point. There's definitely a big difference in the fan bases between Pokemon and Harry Potter, and even then, I plan on playing both. It's possible, especially with having a Go Plus, to play both games at the same time, so I don't see why that would be a problem for me and many other fans that enjoy both games. So now that we know all of that, I'm really curious what you guys think. Do you think it's still possible that we'll get a release at the end of this summer or fall? Do you think we'll get a release around Fantastic Beasts in November? Or do you think we'll be waiting all the way until March of next year for a release? I honestly see any of them being possible, and it's so hard to make a guess when we don't know anything about where they're at. We don't know if they're like 75% of the way there, or 50% of the way, or 99% there. We just have to figure out this one thing. I wish I knew. I really, really, really do. So definitely hit that notification bell. I am going to be dropping the release date the day that we know about it, so you guys will be the first to know. And I'm so excited. I really, really, really hope that we get news sooner rather than later for this game. Oh yeah. Also, this is not Harry Potter related, but they announced EVs for the next Pokemon Go Community Day, and it's 2 days in a row. So if you work one day, then you have a second day to try to get your shiny Eevee squad. Eevee is my favorite Pokemon. 100%. I call myself an evolution trainer, and they're my favorite Pokemon. All of the evolutions, I really hope that they release more. So let me know if you want me to do another Community Day video. Obviously this won't be centered around trainer tips like the last one I posted, but I think I'll still have a lot of fun playing this one. And since it's August, there's a chance it'll be a little bit cooler here in Denver, so it might not be as, we've had a couple 97-degree community days here the last few, so I'm really hoping the cold weather will come back. But yeah, let me know if you would watch that, or if you really just want me to stick with Harry Potter content. Oh yeah, so the Harry Potter celebration in Universal Studios has been announced, and it is official. So I might be trying to go there in January 2019, maybe, hopefully. And if you guys want to try to also come, it might be fun. Alright, I'm really trying to get it so you guys can see this. It's definitely gonna turn out to be a really cool wand. Just swish and flick. Let me know what time you think that this game will release. If you think it'll be in July, if you think it'll be in September or November or March of next year, or you're just kind of waiting around till we hear some news. And make sure that until next time, you use your magic wisely and keep an eye out for Dementors. Nox. I decided to paint it black. I think it looks really good.